I'd like to present to you my latest effort on clarifying and distilling the metaphysics of A Course in Miracles, how the Course explains the nature of reality. And for the fun of it, I have put together a series of what I think of as word pictures to clarify the concepts of the metaphysics of A Course in Miracles. While contemporary science attempts to explain the nature of reality, the timeless teaching of A Course in Miracles assures us that the world we think we see has nothing to do with reality and is only a dream. The metaphysical foundation of A Course in Miracles is, ideas leave not their source. Source is God. God is source. You spring from source. You are an idea in the mind of God. You are an extension of God's one thought of living, loving light. You are formless and eternally expanding. This is your true identity. This is the true nature of reality. But if this is so, why do you think you're a person instead of ineffable light? Because into eternity, where all is one, there crept a tiny mad idea at which the Son of God remembered not to laugh. What was this tiny mad idea? I can separate from God and be God myself. We call this idea the ego. The ego combined a thought, I can separate from God, with belief, remembered not to laugh, and dreamed up a strategy of divide and conquer. Remember, this is all a dream, resulting in a power surge of splitting and projection. The ego split infinity into space, eternity into time, formlessness into form, celestial bodies, and the hero of the dream, the human body. Chapter 27 tells us the body is the central figure in the dreaming of the world. This produces what seems to be a wall of flesh around the mind, keeping it prisoner in a tiny spot of space and time. Or so the ego would have us believe. Happily, A Course in Miracles asserts, we are a unified oneness, at home in God, dreaming of exile, but perfectly capable of awakening to reality. Jesus offers us a forgiveness practice to help us awaken. The Course Workbook for Students gives us 365 lessons, one a day for a year. Metaphysically speaking, we can undo what was never done by looking at the ego with Jesus. Forgiveness equals forgive. Every thought, belief, opinion, perception, and judgment we hold is forgiving to the Holy Spirit. Forgiveness undoes splitting and separation. When we give everything to the Holy Spirit, we become aware of our inner light. The Course redefines forgiveness as the recognition that the world is an illusion, a dream from which we can awaken. We practice forgiveness with our brothers and find out forgiveness naturally results in miracles. A Course in Miracles defines a miracle as a shift in perception. Miracles collapse time and remind us that we are timeless unified reality, one ever-extending mind, at home in God. There are two teachers only who point in different ways, we're told in chapter 26. The choice is yours. Eventually, we all make the right-minded choice. That one choice undoes separation and reveals unity, integration, and wholeness. It undoes darkness and shines light. It undoes fear and uncovers love. It undoes death and restores life. This world is full of miracles. They stand in shining silence next to every dream of pain and suffering, of sin and guilt. They are the dream's alternative, the choice to be the dreamer, rather than deny the active role in making up the dream. The body is released because the mind acknowledges, this is not done to me, but I am doing this. And thus the mind is free to make another choice instead. Beginning here, salvation will proceed to change the course of every step in the descent to separation until all the steps have been retraced, the ladder gone, and all the dreaming of the world undone. So remember, the only reason you seem to be a person, in a body, in the world, is because you believe you are separate from God. Believing in the ego self has a powerful gravitational pull. Becoming a lucid dreamer, using forgiveness, disrupts the ego's magnetic force. And then we all awaken to the fact that the nature of reality is we are, always have been, and always will be, living happily ever after. For more on this, watch the mythology of A Course in Miracles, 5 Keys to Forgiveness, and the psychology of A Course in Miracles. And many thanks to all the artists whose work is featured in this presentation. Namaste.